just want to give you the 20% that you need to focus on that is going to give you the 80% of the results. So the first thing we talked about is the idea of replicating what happens in nature. This really is going to help you answer just about most of the questions that you have when it comes to SEO. If you've got a hard question, just ask yourself, well, what happens naturally? If I wasn't trying to game the search engines here, what would happen? And then that will give you some insight as to what you should be doing with that particular question. So always try and replicate what happens in nature. Is it natural for your website to have 10,000 links overnight from a whole lot of places that look very similar? No, so it's probably not something that you want to do. Is it natural that links build consistently over time? Yes, it's natural that links build consistently, so you want to make sure that you're consistently building links. That's just, is it natural that all of the links linking to a particular page have exactly the same anchor text? No, so you want to make sure that you vary that anchor text. That's just a few sort of insights and ideas that show you want to pretty much just replicate what happens in nature, because that's what Google's algorithm is looking to do. The second thing, just send pages or send links to the pages that you want to rank. It's really quite simple. That's what the bulk of off-page SEO is all about, sending links to the pages that you want to rank. And then the final thing I want to talk about is how to make sure that you stay one step ahead of your competitor. And I think if you've been in SEO, you've probably heard this joke before, but it's a really good explanation and insight into what you need to do, what it takes to win at the game of SEO. So the joke goes like this. You've got two guys and they're out in the middle of the woods and they've found this little baby cub and just hanging around in some ferns, and they start to play around with it, tease it a little bit, grab a branch and wave it in its face just to see what would happen. And the little baby bear was starting to get a little bit annoyed. And then both guys are just laughing and having a really good time. And then they hear this thud, 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 and some rustle of some bushes, and they know, uh-oh, look out, the mother bear's coming, and we've got to get the hell out of here. So one of the guys says, look, we really got to start making a move. And he starts running, and he's 10 meters away, and he turns around and he looks at his friend, who his friend seems to be just casually taking off his backpack, pulling out some tennis shoes and putting on the tennis shoes, and he's going, what are you doing? We need to get out of here, quick, the bear's coming. And he's just sitting there lacing up his tennis shoe, and he says, no, look, I don't need to outrun the bear, I just need to outrun you. And that's the whole idea, that you just need to stay one step ahead of whoever's in front of you, and that's ultimately what you need to do to win. And in SEO, it's exactly the same thing. I've seen time and time again, when people get to number one, they keep on trying to build links to these web pages, thinking that for some reason they can get higher than number one. Number one is as high as you go. So once you get to number one, focus your link building efforts to other pages that you want to get to rank. You should obviously keep an eye on those keywords to make sure that you stay number one, and then if for some reason your competition comes in and knocks you off, then that's when you go, hey, you get back in the game, you start building links back to that website, and you take your number one position back. But all you need to do is stay one step ahead of the competitor, and it can be as little as having one good quality inbound link. That might be enough to tip you over the edge. So just keep building links to the pages that you want to have ranked. Once they're ranked, move on to new pages, and then if it's your home page, you might do a little bit of additional link building, because that's what happens naturally. But focus on going after those new keyword phrases. So let me leave you with a little tool and a tip on how you can outrun your competition and stay one step ahead. I'm just going to head over to Google here and show you. There's a little search string you can type in, link, and then the colon, and then the website that you want to analyze. And what this will tell you is it'll give you a listing of all of the pages that Google is happy to display that you're getting links from, inbound links. Now, if we have a look at this example, basically it's telling me that I've got 7 inbound links to davidjennings.com. Now, I know I've built a hell of a lot more links than that, but Google, knowing that this helps reverse engineer their algorithm, if Google was to tell you, here are the links that this particular website has, and these are the links that we consider most important, that would make it easier for someone to reverse engineer the algorithm and then get closer to uncovering it. So they don't really reveal that much as to how many links and the link sources. That said, if we head over to something called Yahoo Site Explorer, just type it in Google here and I'll type it in. Yahoo, on the other hand, is a little bit more open in telling us, and there's this tool here. If I type in the URL, it again will analyze how many inbound links that we've got and tell us a little bit more about the site here. We can see it's actually indexed 359 pages, but we've also got, if I hit on this in links, that'll tell us how many links Yahoo has registered that we've got inbound links. So now I've got 760. So that's a huge difference, obviously, compared to Google's index that they're happy to show. Now, what you can do with this information, imagine your competition is one step ahead of you and you aren't 100% sure what they're doing. You've gone and done your link building. The next stage of what you might do is analyze what it is that they're doing and just copy it. You can sit there and you might look through their links, drop their URL in here and go, oh, they're building links from this directory, or they've made a relationship over here to get their articles republished, or maybe they've got a link from a .gov or .edu, and that opportunity might be there for you to do the same. It's a really good way to reverse engineer what they're doing, and then you can go ahead and start building backlinks through the same way.